Hello guys, I'm back. Welcome to the Chemical Process Engineer Diary. In this series, I share with you the real life of a chemical process engineer that works with plant design. My name is Jeferson Costa. I'm a chemical process engineer with expertise in plant design, and today I will talk to you about the three powers that drive a project. To start with, you must understand what is the main role of a chemical process engineer in plant design. Usually, we start from the product specification. We have the raw material conditions, and between the product specification and the raw material conditions, the chemical process engineer that works with plant design must propose unit operations in order that we can transform the raw material into the product. And inside these unit operations, we have equipment. So the chemical process engineer performs calculations in order to define the equipments that are needed to transform the raw material into the product. And these calculations will lead to specifications, and it will lead to the purchase of equipment, installation of equipment, commissioning, startup, and productions. So without these steps, there are no plant design in real life. To design a process, it's very important that the chemical process engineer understand the importance of the three powers that drives a project. Because if he or she are not familiar with them, that can lead for wrong assumptions and incorrect decisions. That said, the first power that drives plant design is Capex, or capital expenditure. This is the amount of money that you spend to purchase things. It can be equipment like pumps, heat exchangers, columns, etc. It can be for the purchasing or for the payment of people that are related to the development of engineering documentation, for instance, the chemical process engineer, mechanical engineer, etc., or for the consumables that you use during the commissioning in startup, or other issues related to the project. The Capex usually is the money that you spend from the authorization of your plant design up to the startup of the plant design. So everything that you spend during this period of time is calculated as Capex. And what is the importance of Capex? The point of view of the project management, lowers the Capex, better for the project. And that is the danger of contracting unreliable EPC companies, because the EPC companies are people that do not understand how important is the quality of a project, will try to save as much money as possible to have the lowest Capex as possible. And there are a limit for that, and you will understand why in the third power that drives plant design. The second power that drives plant design is OPEX, or operational expenditure. This is the amount of money that the company needs to pay to keep running the plant or to produce the product. Examples of OPEX is the salary of the personnel like operators, technicians, managers. We have also OPEX associated with consumables, and now to operate the plant, not for the commissioning startup. For instance, when I run a lubricated compressor, most often I need to replace or I need to refill the oil that is lost during operations. I have also OPEX with electricity, power consumption, water, and etc. So everything that the plant needs to pay to keep running the plant is associated with the OPEX. And most often, these costs start with the turnover of the project to operations. As we have the Capex, it's the main desire of the plant manager to have the lowest Capex as possible. And that can lead for some issues, as you will see in the third power that drives plant design. And finally, the third power that drives plant design is availability and reliability. Although the project manager and also the operating manager wants to have the lowest cost as possible, the success of your project depends on the reliability and availability of your system. Imagine that you have a pump that must transfer ethanol from a point to another, and when you push the button to the startup, it doesn't turn on or it doesn't start. So it means that you have the reliability of your system compromised. On the other hand, if your pump are supposed to run 165 days per year, but because many problems, it runs only 100 days per year, you are compromised with the availability of the system. And when you are not able to use your system when it is demanded, or if you have a reduced availability of your system, it means that the company is not getting profits, and it is the profits that pays the project. It's the profits that the company gains that pays the operations. So there is a balance between the availability and reliability of a system. As higher it is, in fact, you will be increasing the Capex and also the Opex. But in the other hand, it will guarantee that your company gets the profits needed to pay the stakeholders and also your salary. There are many ways to increase the reliability and the availability of your process. The reliability most often is associated with the quality of the materials, equipment, and fittings that you use in your plant design, and the availability is related to the arrangement of your system. For instance, if you are talking about rotating equipment, usually instead of having only one to perform the operations, we have one stalled and one in standby, or we can have two running in parallel with 50% of capacity each equipment. So this is one of the ways that is possible to increase the availability of your system. And as I told you, it increases the Capex and in some cases also the Opex. When we are talking about plant design built by a third party that is not responsible for the operation of your plant after the closing of the project, you must have double attention to the kind of arrangements and quality of materials that are offered by the EPC company, for instance. I worked for many years for an industrial gas company where we had an engineering department to build or to develop the projects and do the turnover of the plant to operations. And we were committed with the quality of the project because we know that if something gets wrong during the operation in some level, we could be demanded or responsible for solving the problem. And what are the main issues here that I would like you be familiar with in the point of the chemical process engineering and plant design? If you are working in the design department for operation company, you must understand that what brings the profits for the company is operations. So you must guarantee a highest level of availability and reliability with the lowest Capex as possible. If you are in a production company that are dealing with a third party to purchase of a plant, for instance, you must be aware that the third party will guarantee the reliability and availability of the process or of the plant, although the lowest cost is possible that they want to achieve. These are important topics that you must be familiar with to build a successful career in chemical process engineering and plant design. So guys, this is it. Hope you like it, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.